It is time to check back in with Marty Bass.
He is in Greenbelt, Maryland this morning getting a behind-the-scenes look at NASA's next space telescope. This is really big, Marty.
Yeah, this is a huge story, and we are in an observation area overlooking the clean room. Bear Witherspoon to my left is going to stay with us next half hour. Yep. Greg Mosby to my right has to go off to meetings, so Bear, hang with us. We're going to go ahead and talk to Greg. You were both telling me, though, that Nancy Grace Roman is the NASA administrator that made sure the Hubble got up there.
That's right. They often call Nancy Grace Roman the mother of Hubble. And it's because she was so instrumental in making sure NASA kept doing science in space that we decided to name the Roman Space Telescope after her.
She was the first chief astronomer of NASA. Tell them very quickly, in a short form, what you did for the Roman telescope.
So I'm a detector scientist. So for the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope project, I was involved in the production and the testing of all of our sensors. So the Roman Space Telescope has 18 of these brand new 4K by 4K sensors. And we're going to use those sensors to answer some unanswered questions we have about the universe.
I was mentioning earlier, I wasn't exaggerating, that if the Hubble can see this and the Webb can see this, the Roman sees that.
That's absolutely right. So the Roman Space Telescope, because of the optics and the sensors, is going to have a field of view that's more than 100 times as Hubble, but the same resolution. So for something like Hubble's deep field, Roman is going to be able to observe that in one big shot instead of having to tile and go over the same areas of space multiple times.
How many years have you been working on this?
So I've been working on it for just 3 years. But the project has started much before I got on the project.
Now, K2 just panned to the clean room, and again, next half hour we're going to be talking to Bear, because your responsibility is taking all of these pieces and putting them together, making sure it's correct, and getting it down to where it's going to be launched.
That's right.
Wow, small task, small task. Greg, the day it launches, what are your feelings going to be?
There's going to be a lot of excitement. A lot of the prep work that we're doing as scientists is simulating and figuring out what we're going to be able to find out about the universe using the Roman Space Telescope. And there's going to be probably a little bit of anxiousness because that's kind of the last final milestone that we'll have to cross. But once it's in space, it's just going to be all excitement.
It's kind of like sending your child off to school. There goes my baby.
That's exactly right.
We know you have a meeting that you have to get to.
Yes.
So thank you so much for joining us.
No, thanks
really
for
appreciate it. Barry, you're going to stay with us next half hour.
Of course.
And we're going to take a look in the clean room here, and you're going to point a few things out to us.
Yep.
Once assembled, that's what the Roman's going to look like.
That's right.
And that's your job.
Yep.